I think. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna like that. What's up, cats? Okay, cool. I think, God, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna work on the human light spectrum, I think. Just because we all need some good news, right? That's why I am the good news. Oh my gosh, no way! Cool, dude! Check out this guy. What was I just talking about? Stop being afraid of stuff that's really cool. Look at that guy. Look at him. Hey, what's up? I am gonna zip up my shit, though. There we go. Yeah, look at him go. That's so cool. Yeah. When we become curious about things that are scary to us, the fear goes away. Yeah. My favorite Bible verse is, I don't remember what it is, but like book chapter verse, but it's, there is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out fear. Yeah, I live that. It's really cool. So just to remind everybody, I am a flame. We all are. Okay. So stove metaphor, right? I want to cook meals with you. Stop touching the flame and blaming me for being hot. Okay. Choose your destiny. Choose the words you earn, because I'm not going to stop. Yeah. So air carries fire. Oh, dude's crawling. Here we go. Please go over the mic or the camera. Oh, damn. Cool. I used to be an arachnophobe, by the way. I shared this on my other channel on that video, but real quick. Mushroom trip. The very first one, I took a couple of capsules. It wasn't very much, but once the trip started to wear down, I went outside to go for a walk, to be integrated with life. That's the only reason I've ever used anything. Not to escape, but to integrate. Vastly different. So I let a spider crawl on me. I found it on the mailbox, and I was just like, well, today's that day, I suppose. Exposure therapy. I was doing it before I even knew the name of it. I choose to confront fear. I always have. Let me inspire you. Inspiration is not a feeling. It's a call to action. It's like, hey, here's the thing. And then if you do it this way, it's directions. It's not demands. It's directions to a way better life. So if you don't like the call-outs, that is inclusive catharsis. That is including you back to the fold. That is saying, hey, there's a way of doing it and you're not doing it. You're lacking integrity right now. You're failing on promises. You're doing what you're not supposed to do. You are being irresponsible. You are not taking responsibility for things you actually are responsible for. And if and when you get back in line, you're going to have way better results. There's always mercy built into that. Paper trail, you can look at the text messages and messages yourself. I do not strike first, ever. Okay? So, last time I was here working on human light spectrum, came up with this thing, because I forgot. Bloop. So, how do you put out a fire? That stuff can work. I've also seen and used those little bell things, right? Snuff it out and take away the air. It needs oxygen, just like your blood does, just like your organs do. Do you see how these metaphors and analogies connect, and why the elements specifically are so useful and valuable? I hope so. So, fire is spirit. Air is thought, mentality. Water is emotion, could be blood. That's what carries oxygen and carries the fire to everywhere. Now, where does that fire come from? There is one source of light. The original light source is a huge ball of, well, kind of misunderstood. It's not necessarily fire, but it is, plasma. It's misunderstood. Anyways, it is light and warmth. Okay. Our version of it on Earth is fire. Okay. So don't overthink it. We don't overthink metaphor. We just take the useful stuff, we use it. Yeah. So air carries fire. Water carries air. Water/blood carries air. 2 organs. Earth. Physical. That's how it all connects. That's really freaking cool. Now, how does that do with the light spectrum and colors? Because that's what the light spectrum is. It's the colors we see. Visible light spectrum is that color stuff that we see. And I like the 7. I like Newton borrowing from music and the musical scales. So there's 7. I believe in indigo. I like Roy G. Biv. So, you can do the 6 too. It's fine. I don't mind. It doesn't really matter. 6 is actually fantastic too. Hexagons are the best. Why am I doing that? That's not like I can't make one. The hexagons are the most efficient shape in nature. Space saving? Yeah. Why aren't boxes hexagons? You could get way more. Logistics. Maybe use smarts instead of conventions. They're seeds. They're seeds. They are not beans, and they never have been. This stuff came from seeds. Roasted seeds. They are not beans. They never have been. Okay? Okay. Stop doing common when common is dead wrong. That's kind of the point of all of this, I suppose. We need to make actual love common. Okay? Alright. I love that. So that's good. Actually, you know what? Our body is a structure. Obviously, it's said to be made in his image, right? God's image, goddess image, divine image, greatest creation. I agree. It's by far the most useful. Look at what we can make opposed to any other animal, any plant. We have the power to make every dream come true for human, for plant, for animal, for ecosystem. I would argue it is our responsibility to, so we must. What that looks like, ecosystem-wise, I've mentioned a lot, is a perfect metaphor for us as well. So, soil, pH and nutrients, there's a certain range, there's a certain dynamic there that needs to be like, you know, for optimal growth, certain pH range, certain nutrient density, period. There's a certain water cycle, how much and how often. There's a certain amount of light and heat. Is it shade grown? Is it full sun? Is it preferably UVA or UVB, or is it full spectrum? So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're dealing with. That's called boundaries for humans. Never test them, only respect them, because duh, you get best results. How do we get best results? And that's what we need to do. Prioritize that why. Why should we do anything? Well, we want the actual best results. Great. So start thinking that way. Start believing that way. Start acting on that. It's the Sabbath day. Are we actually, is anything holy here? I'm doing it. This is inspired, and it is inspiring to action, to different belief and different thought that can feed on itself and all integrate and work together. The fire takes care of itself. It is what it is. That's kind of the point of the human light spectrum. Like, the light source is the light source. The fruits that we are and taste and the colors that we are and, you know, become, that has to do with our structure, our heart-texture, our bodies, making sure that the oxygen that we breathe, the air, is spiritually minded. I used to use that phrase a ton. I haven't even said that in years. I don't know where that came from, but be spiritually minded. And that informs how you feel. And then that informs how you make others feel by how you treat them. See how that works? What did you learn in church today? Because I guarantee it was not that effective. I guarantee it was not that effective. And how long did that take? We're only 10 minutes in. Screw preachers. Get outside. Look at life. Embrace life. Integrate with it. So, thank you for being here. I'm gonna get some more coffee. Wow, huh? Inspired teacher proclaiming God's will. I checked both of those boxes, and that's before I got my calling even. I guess I wasn't necessarily a teacher back then, and I still don't consider myself one. I consider myself an example. That's the only thing I would change in the definition of prophet in the Oxford Dictionary. Of course, I like Nabi better because it means the same thing. Plus, butterfly in Korean, which, you know, is undeniable as well with my conversion and everything. I was one thing, I'm not anymore. Stop thinking I am a chrysalis. I'm not. Stop looking at it. I don't live there anymore. I don't fit in it. Like, look at these wings. Like, what are you doing? Cool, huh? You can get your own wings too if you follow the directions. That's what they are. They are not demands, they are directions. It is instructions. It is inclusive catharsis. It is inclusive celebration. That is all I do. So, yeah. Stove metaphor, right? You don't want to get burned, then then cook a meal with me. Have memories worth sharing. Care about what you're actually treating the giver as, and the giver can give you a lot more than you think. Right? Stop being afraid of everything. Let a spider crawl on you. Let a bee crawl on you. Let a bee be curious about you, because they love life. Life loves life. That is human will. That is free agency. You get to choose to hate. Does that sound great? That's why I'm a Lucifer sympathizer, Mormons. That's why I view myself as a Lucifer incarnate. Yeah, I mean, that's dark humor. That's for survival. But, no, road laws. Would you rather drive here in America where there are clear lines on the road and signage and everything, and most people think that rules apply to them too? Or would you rather go to South America or Indonesia or India where it's like triple-decker freaking buses tipping over and, you know, Wild West and good luck getting from A to B? There are better ways of doing things. Do the better way. That's all I'm saying. Like, accountability. There is one set of rules and we all follow them. With the human light spectrum, there is one light and we are different colors. Same tree, different fruit. That is a cool thought. Humanity, same tree, different fruit. The tree of life. And then Nabi, of course, also the French artists in the late 1800s who considered themselves prophets of modern art. And they used that as kind of their art as a kind of spiritual modality to, you know, their medium. Mine's music. It's like I was saying to the therapist the other day, you know, with the Quran right there on the book, or right there on the book, right there on the table in front of me, on the desk or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm loving the Quran, and the more that I learn about Muhammad, the more respect I have, because A, he was illiterate, so that book came purely from recitation and let the words spill through. Yeah. So it's incredible. Anyways, if I just posed the hypothetical, if a real prophet were alive today, what medium would he use? Would he write a book? Probably not, right? I didn't say this, but, you know, we're in a library. I've only seen one or two people actually reading here. Most people are on the computers or, like, wandering around, right? The girl I saw reading was wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt, and she had really cool hair. It was so awesome. Yeah, dude. Sorry I didn't introduce myself. I hate Cannibal Corpse. But, I mean, it could have been like a and in. It's like, hey, who else do you like? Like, I am metal. Anyway, you see me in the library? Come say hi. Let's see. But yeah, that's just the thing. Like, a prophet today would use updated understanding to actual current, for current ears and hearts to sink in and do really inspire. Okay, so same light, different colors. That's the whole point. That's what religions are about. That's what any spiritual modality is about. And I think they're all valid and relevant. You know, I prefer people take, especially here in Utah, a course on epistemology, so that you understand what the word knowledge actually means and what can be known and not. All right? Okay. Once you do that, go to Buddhism and have the 8-spoked wheel, you know, 8 noble truths or whatever. And is it, I forget the names, but the one that really sticks out to me is proper thought. Air carries fire, spiritually minded. And then go to your favorite building. I don't freaking care. But have those 2 basic tenets. Okay? Epistemology, proper thought. Go forth and conquer. Or conquer meaning like concur with the bigger picture. That's better. We need to get rid of the conquistadors and the conquer mentality and war and fighting and all that all together. Solve your own inner war. Be spiritually minded. What are the actual teachings? Let it sink in. Let it come through. So, that is what we're doing here with the human light spectrum. Some organs and stuff, yeah. I swear, like, certain locations bring out certain things in me, and I'm so grateful for Brenda. Yeah, never got to meet her, but look at the influence she's having right here, right now, on a human being that's talking to you. And she's alive, right? She's alive right now. Thank you, Brenda. I always do the eating one. Let's do the bottoms up grace. Anytime you drink, you can do it. I am love. I give compassion. I give love. Thank you for understanding. I give love. Thank you for cherishing my gift, lowercase g, so the bigger case G can have a chance. I give love. Thank you for the opportunity. I earn my beautiful words and I drink them to the lees. I am that light in the world. Blessed be. I usually use the pronoun we. But it's good to do both, right? So, as within, so without. So, inner peace first, and then world peace. So, I, then we. Okay? So, let's do it with the we. You're here. You're watching with me. Grab a glass of something. Pause the video. Get something to drink and come back. Awesome. Welcome back. So, bottoms up again. We are love. We give compassion. We give love. Thank you for understanding me. We give love. Thank you for cherishing our gifts. Again, our lowercase g gifts, so the big case G gift has a chance at all. That's how we connect. That's why every color matters. We give love. Thank you for the opportunity. We earn our beautiful words and we drink them to the lees. It just means all the way. You can chug if you want to. We are the light in the world. Blessed be. So thank you for being part of this beautiful work. It's not mine. I mean, like the capital G gift. Thank you for being part of that, for believing in that. So all the little case G gifts can be valued and cherished and shared. So the bigger case G gift, source and goal of life and love, gets to be felt. I want to make Jesus Christ's dream come true. Thy will be done. Thy kingdom come on earth, because this is heaven. I love this idea. And I'm starting to see very clearly how it ties into the overall. So air carries fire, spiritually minded. Water and blood carries air to all of the organs. So that is body, that is personal. What does that look like on the surface, outside, right? As within, so without. We are given bodies and responsibilities in our own lives for health, physical health, emotional, mental health, and spiritual health, for the social health, community, for family. That's why it starts here, and then domino effect, butterfly effect, if you will. Because if you choose today, okay, I'm going to try what Atlas directs. I'm going to try his directions and see what happens. You might not get good results yet. But as you live this way, people are going to notice, and they are going to start to resonate. The dominoes are going to start to fall. So the butterfly effect, if you go back to a time, any time, and choose anything slightly differently, it changes the entire trajectory. Try something different today. And then stick with it. Air carries fire. So that's how the spirit has a chance to make it. Thinking about the woman at the well and being the well, humbling yourself to be the stone in the well so the living water has a chance to be tasted. That's what that means. Stop focusing just on Jesus and see what the bigger picture actually requires you to do. We all are the woman at the well at some point. Sometimes it is black and white. Sometimes there is a greater need that is absolutely obvious. And we need to make sure that those are catered to first before we consider a second house, before we get another yacht, before we get a boat at all. Need luxury. And like I said, when I was doing my work at, looking into the private sector for my nonprofit and just getting to know what foundations do, there are billions of dollars just sitting there in foundations not getting used at all. Using capitalism against itself, we can have world peace and everybody wins and everybody gets a lot of stuff and it's fine. Wow, huh? Connect the damn dots. So that's what that looks like. Fire, or air carries fire. We're spiritually minded in our thoughts, right? Our thoughts are only life affirming. Our thoughts are only on the beautiful. Our thoughts are only on course correcting ourselves and those around us, so we're all on the same page and going in the same direction. Same why. There is only one will of God, and every religion teaches the same thing. Okay? Truth is not property. God is not property. Okay, so spiritually minded. Feel that. Give. I am love. I choose life. The things that are life affirming and beautiful, and thank you so much for this gift. I am love. I choose to cherish. What feels good? Recognizing value and having yours recognized too, and fed and nourished. That is what is good. Okay? Back up here. Okay? I am love. I choose to understand the beautiful things, the mysteries, the good feelings, and the heart underneath the hurt, because hurt is just cellophane that covers the human heart. It's a film. It's not a truth. It's not a reality. It's a lie that gets in the way of truth. Think that way, and you will stop being concerned, and you will be able to actually care. I am love. I choose compassion. My cup is upright and grateful instead of uptight and hateful. Yeah. Hate is not something you get to say. It's something you actually do and show and make somebody feel and suffer. That is hate. That's why I am experiencing a hate crime right now. Yeah. It's a hate crime, y'all. You don't have to say I hate you. You actually show it and make me feel it. And then blame me when I hold you accountable and point you out for the things that you're actually doing that, if corrected, would just fix everything. That's not compassion that you're doing. That is hate. So choose compassion. I am love. I choose compassion. My cup is upright, grateful, and capable of giving to another person what they need. That's it. That is it. Everybody can do something, so you must. There's no excuse. And I don't take any. Okay? Should you choose not to help, well, somebody is keeping track. I don't have to. You're afraid of me judging you when you should be afraid of something way bigger. Duh. I'm nothing to be afraid of. I'm inspiration. I invite people to bigger and better life. And I do it by any means necessary. Okay? Yeah. Dogs are as bad as their owners. Start treating your dogs better. See what happens.